Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, we are barely out of January and I have already broken my book buying ban. If you didn't know, at the beginning of this year, I put myself on two, bans, if you call them. I put myself on a book buying ban. I was not supposed to buy any books unless I really, really wanted them or had a very good reason as to why I was buying that book. I also, if you didn't know, have a beauty channel on YouTube that I put myself on a makeup low buy. So basically, I am only supposed to be buying makeup that I really, really need, not that I want, just that I need. And I've done really well on that. I haven't bought anything, and that's great. Books, not as well. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but from about January to about March or April, I just really want to buy books. I don't really know why. I get this itch to go to Barnes & Noble and buy books and go to Target and buy books. I don't really know why, but I bought books. And I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I didn't do awful damage, but I definitely bought more than I wanted to. I didn't want to buy any books, but here we are. I'm going to start off with the books that I got gifted or that I bought with a gift card. I'm not counting those as breaking the ban because they were gifts and I got given a gift card and I'm like, of course I'm going to use the gift card. So without further ado, let's get into all the books I got that I shouldn't have got. So the first book that I received is actually a coloring book. It is the Mortal Instruments? Yes, this is the Mortal Instruments coloring book. My grand little Celia got this for me for Christmas and it was such a sweet present. She's just adorable and I love it so, so much. I am starting to read the Mortal Instruments, so this is going to be so, so great when I start doing that and I can color in things as they happen in the book, you know? I don't know, I'm a nerd, but this is adorable, so sweet. Thank you, Celia. And she was also so sweet and got me a Barnes & Noble gift card. And with that gift card, I bought The Librarian of Auschwitz by Antonio Iturbi. I don't know, Iturb. I hadn't really heard anything about this book, but I walked into Barnes & Noble a few weeks ago and I saw this and I was immediately intrigued. It's based off of a true story. It's been translated, so I mean, it's a pretty intense book. I love historical fiction, especially about World War II and the Holocaust. I just find it absolutely fascinating. This just struck me. It's about a girl in a concentration camp and basically she gets given a couple of books to keep safe and that's how she becomes the Librarian of Auschwitz. Obviously the concentration camp is Auschwitz. That was a really stupid thing to say, but yes, this sounds absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get into this and I was just so drawn to it. It wasn't on my list or anything, but I was so drawn to it and I'm so, so happy to have been able to buy this. So thank you, Celia, for the lovely gift card because I'm very, very excited to crack into this. The next book is another book that I'm not technically counting because I needed it for school and sometimes you have to do that, and the book that I got for school is Excellent Sheep, The Miseducation of the American Elite and the Way to a Meaningful Life by William, oh, my professor says it, Deresiewicz? I don't know. I have heard good things. My professor's been talking about it. He's absolutely obsessed with this author, and it's just about kind of higher education and not why it matters or if it matters, but kind of the weird myths and things like that. And it's all about higher education, obviously. So that's going to be interesting. I believe it has a lot to do with grad school. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We haven't started reading this. I think I'm supposed to read 150 pages of it for Monday, so that's going to be fun. But yes, this doesn't count because it's for school. The next two books I got at a secondhand bookshop, and I had never been to this bookstore before. I'd heard a couple of my professors mention it, and it's not super far from me. And one day, me and my friend Sydney were really bored, and so I just mentioned going to this bookshop, and we did. It is huge. It's amazing. And I'm obsessed with it. And I think I need to go back again this weekend, even though I don't need to buy more books, but I don't even know. I love it. But I got two books there, which was actually a lot of self-control involved in that because there were so many things that I wanted. The first one being something that I didn't have on my list or anything, but I feel is so necessary for me to own, and that is Love, Ruby, Lavender by Deborah Wiles. I read this book when I was in elementary school and I absolutely loved it, and it has really stuck with me. I have Deborah Wiles' other book, Each Little Bird That Sings. I read that in elementary school as well, but I actually bought that one. I had gotten this one out of the library, and ever since then have been like obsessed with finding it. And like it just occurred to me one day when we were in there that I was like, I bet they have that. And they had like 9 copies. I think this was like $2. It's a kid's book. I've already read it, and I just know why I like it, because it's like southern and like southern summer, and it's like cozy, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I understood why I read it and loved it in elementary school, so I'm really excited to own this because I've been looking for it for a while. And the other book I got, I believe, was like $3.50, $2.50. It was so cheap, and that is A Great and Terrible Beauty by Librarian. I believe Reagan from Peruse Project has talked about this a lot. I own The Diviners and The Lair of Dreams by Librarian. Haven't read them yet, but this has been on my book outlet wish list for a really long time, and when I saw it in person and I didn't have to pay shipping for it, I was like, there we go. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back there and buy more books. Just trying not to go like a ridiculous amount, but like, how? It was like $2. How? So the last 4 books I bought at Target, and I really have nothing else to say. I bought them at Target because I wanted to buy a book, and I was at Barnes & Noble and I have a Target card, so I just decided, like, instead of paying full price at Barnes & Noble, I would go to Target, get them discounted, and then get them even more discounted on my Target card. So like, and I bought books. The first book I've actually wanted for a really long time, so I don't feel that guilty about picking it up because I've said I've wanted it for like since it came out, and that is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I haven't heard too much about this. I know people have mentioned hauling it, but I don't think I've really heard any reviews about it. But from what I can tell is it's kind of Breakfast Clubby, and they go to detention and one of them dies, I believe, and the only people that know what happened were also in detention, and you gotta figure out who's telling the truth, or I guess. I haven't read it, obviously, but I love books like this, so I'm super excited to crack into this, and it was one that I've wanted for a while, so I don't want to feel that bad about it, okay? The next book is actually one that has been super hyped up on BookTube. You probably, just by me saying that, know what it is. But I almost bought it a few times, once at Barnes & Noble, a couple times at Target, and then I opened the Target app and they had a cartwheel for it. And I know one of my resolutions was not to buy books just because I had cartwheels for them, but this book I genuinely wanted. And that's Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Everybody's talking about this book, and I just got really excited about it. I love Holly Black. I have read Spiderwick by Holly Black and absolutely loved it, and I just felt like I needed this. I'd heard great things. I mean, not completely great things, mostly great things, but for some reason, I was like, I need this book. I need this book right now. So when it came on Cartwheel, your girl had to pick it up. The next book is one that I saw at Target, and it was like $8, and I was like, I mean, I've heard good things. My grandlittle really liked that book. I really want to read that book, and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm really excited about this. I've heard some pretty good things about it. I also am like fascinated by Jack the Ripper. I'm fascinated by a lot of horrific things, but I guess she's in love with Jack the Ripper. I don't really know. All I know is that this sounds amazing, and I really want to read it. The sequel is obviously out. It has something to do with Count Dracula, I believe, but this one sounds so cool. Kind of like different than what I usually read, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it looks really cheesy. I don't know why, but it looks really cheesy, but I've heard it's really good. So I'm excited to own this. This is probably the one that I'm like, you didn't need it, but like I wanted it really bad. The last book I got because it was on sale at Target, and I have wanted it since it came out, and it got such rave reviews, and that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I don't feel bad about this at all because it's John Green, first of all. I've wanted it since it came out, and it was one of those books that it was only a matter of time before I picked up. So when it was on sale at Target, I was like, you have to. I am currently reading this. I am enjoying it. I have to kind of get back into John Green's writing because I have been separated from it for so long. I loved it in high school, but now it's a little not quite my like thing anymore. So I am trying to get back into it. I've heard this is going to tear me apart. I'm a little worried about that, but I'm enjoying it so far, and we'll see. So yeah, those are all the books that made me break my book buying ban. I don't think I've bought a book in February yet. I bought one book on the 1st of February, and we can just like count that as a January book because I bought One of Us is Lying on the 1st. But other than that, I haven't bought books, so that's a good thing. Probably gonna go to that secondhand bookshop though. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below any of the books you've previously... Comment down below any books you've recently picked up or any books that you think I would be interested in. Or maybe don't do that because then I want to buy them. Yeah, don't do that. But thanks. So yes, comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye.